Welcome back to another video of the FPL Weekly Show. In this video, I'm gonna go through my Game Week 3 team selection, the transfers I've made, and why I think captaining Jesus is not a good idea. So before we begin, if you find this video useful, be sure to give it a like, it really helps out the channel, and please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you will always know when the new FPL Weekly Show video goes live. Before we get to my Game Week 3 team selection, let's go through a quick recap of how my team performed in Game Week 2. The total tally for Game Week 2 is a disappointing 59 points, which was just 2 points above the average. This resulted in my team dropping to about 3.1 million in the overall rankings. Mediocre start to the season so far. If you have done better or worse than my team, please let me know in the comments what was your biggest regret so far this season, or the best decision you've made so far. So how my team got on. Ederson was consistent yet again in giving me another clean sheet with 6 points, while Cancelo banged home 11 points with a clean sheet and an assist. Really happy with that. Cancelo has also gone up in price this week, and if you don't own him, I think he's definitely worth having him, especially since Man City consistently gives out clean sheets and Cancelo also plays a big role in how they attack. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson was disappointing yet again as Liverpool drew 1-1 with Crystal Palace. Robertson was also subbed off in the 63rd minute. Not too happy with how the Liverpool pair has done so far these 2 game weeks, but hopefully over the course of the season they'll start producing more points for us. In midfield, blanks all around. Rashford and Bailey didn't perform again, and I was contemplating taking a -4 hit to swap Rashford for Martinelli, but didn't pull the trigger in the end. Seeing how Martinelli got an 8 compared to Rashford's 1, I should have taken the hit, but I certainly did not expect Man United to be crap again for 2 weeks under their new manager. As for the two front, Jesus and Haaland, I watched the Arsenal game against Leicester, and Jesus could have easily gotten 4 or 5 goals if not for the goalkeeper. Terrific performance from him and how he maneuvers the space around him. And as for my captain, Haaland, he only registered an assist in the game and only gotten 8 touches in the whole game. He could have gotten a goal if Foden had squared the ball for him to tap in, but unfortunately only just an assist in the end. And it's definitely a relief that those who captained Salah didn't manage to take advantage of that. Now let's take a look at how my team shapes up for Game Week 3. Starting off in goal is Ederson. With Manchester City travelling to Newcastle this week, they are the only 2 teams in the league who has yet to concede. But so far I've been delighted with Ederson's contribution to the season so far. And with Manchester City facing Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa after Newcastle, I'll be extremely happy if I can continue to collect consistent 6 points from Ederson from the upcoming fixtures. At the back is Alexander-Arnold, Cancelo, Robertson and Zinchenko, which is the same back 4 as last week. I don't think I'll be changing my defense anytime soon, but I'm considering a Reece James for Robertson transfer, but we'll see. Defensively, Liverpool has been suspect so far this season, but with Manchester United sitting bottom of the table with back-to-back losses, and without Brighton's own goal haven't scored a league goal themselves, so hopefully Game Week 3 is the chance for Liverpool to finally get that first clean sheet. It may still be early in the season, but I expect Alexander-Arnold and Robertson to rack up the defensive and attacking points as the season progresses. If not, I'll consider the Reece James for Robertson transfer like I mentioned earlier, but we'll see how Liverpool's defense get along for the next few games. Cancelo continues to provide another clean sheet in Game Week 2 and is now the second highest points for a defender at 18 points, behind Fabian Schär at 20 points. With Cancelo's attacking impact for the champions led to double-digit hauls at St James's Park in each of the last 2 meetings, I think he is a must-have for this game week. And finally, with Zinchenko, the Ukrainian has provided 1 assist so far this season as well as a clean sheet after 2 games. And I think Zinchenko has done well for Arsenal offensively offensively and defensively for their left flank. So Zinchenko will have plenty of opportunity to returns on both ends of the pitch, which makes him a must-have and a cheap buy at 5.2 million currently. Next up are my 4 midfielders as part of a 4-4-2 formation. So in midfield is Salah, Da Silva, Martinelli and Neto. I sold Rashford and Bailey after tracking that they were going to drop in price, so Martinelli and Da Silva were brought in as their replacements. So as of recording this video, Rashford and Bailey has already lost 0.3 million in total, so I'm relieved to have taken that decisive action and took the -4 hit at the time. Martinelli was a bargain buy for me at 6.1 million, and right now his price has already gone up to 6.3 million. And with his good start to the season, it's safe to say he will be in Arsenal's starting lineup for the foreseeable future. Well, at least until there's midweek matches that he may be rotated. And with Arsenal having a good start to the season, I'm sure the last thing Arteta wants is to disrupt that rhythm by rotating his squad too much. Salah remains to be the mainstay in my side, and with facing Manchester United away next and Bournemouth at home next weekend, he's almost certainly will be my captain for the next 2 game weeks. The advantage of having Salah as a captain compared to a striker is that a midfielder will get an extra point for a goal and a clean sheet, and with Salah on penalties, he's definitely a better option than Jesus. As for Neto, he'll probably be remaining in my side until game week 6 possibly, considering that Wolves face Newcastle, Bournemouth and Southampton after the tough game at Spurs this weekend. So Neto might last a bit longer in my squad than I had planned for, but considering I have 2.4 million in the bank, it gives me a bit of flexibility into the transfers that I can do. But one of the targets I'm considering to replace Neto with is Rodrigo of Leeds. I think he has done well recently, and with Benford injured, I think the focal point of attack for Leeds will probably be him, which will give him more attacking returns considering that he is a midfielder. And up front, it's Erling Haaland and Gabriel Jesus. Looking at the statistics, I think most people own Gabriel Jesus and Erling Haaland anyway, and considering that Jesus is only 8.1 million now compared to Darwin Núñez, who is at 9, Gabriel Jesus is an absolute bargain in my opinion, and definitely underpriced. Gabriel Jesus was my other captain choice, but I've decided to go with Salah considering that he is a midfielder, and for midfielders they get an extra point for goals and for clean sheets, so that puts him at an advantage compared to Gabriel Jesus. And I think that people are underestimating Bournemouth at home. I expect Bournemouth to sit deep and defend against Arsenal, which will make it tougher compared to their match against Leicester last weekend, where the game was more open and Leicester were willing to attack Arsenal. But I expect Bournemouth to sit back, defend and hit Arsenal on the break. So Jesus may not have enough space to operate compared to the Leicester game. So do let me know what your thoughts are on your captain choice. But anyway, thank you for watching my Game Week 3 team selection video. Make sure you like this video, and please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you always know when the new FPL Weekly Show goes live. Have a good game week, and I'll see you on the next video.